So making yourself comfortable, and any posture here for your starting posture. You might want to sit on a block or a bolster. You might want to lie down. You might want to take butterfly or reclined butterfly. Choices. This is our yin practice for the winter solstice, but also we will look at the kidney meridian. The kidney meridian line starts at the inside of the left ankle, moves all the way up through the inside leg into the groin, wraps around the back, up the spine, around into the kind of the what obviously passes by the kidneys, round the collarbone, clavicle, and then up into the eyes, actually, in fact, into, I believe, the left corner of the eye. So that's the whole of the kidney meridian. So taking left hand onto heart space, right hand onto belly, roll the shoulders back. If you're seated, if you're lying down, you can still do the same. You can take the left hand onto the heart, but make sure that the elbows are relaxed down by the sides of you. And just find your place as you sit or as you lie. Find yourself as you come to your mat. Take these moments to find your breath. Breathing in and out of the nostrils. Allowing the mind to settle from the busyness of this time of the year. You don't have to come to your mat thinking of any lists or what you've got to do. Try and put that aside for the next 75 minutes. And let go of your day that has been, and let go of your day that will come. As you become anchored to your seat, you become connected to your breath. Breathing in and out of the nostrils equally. Maybe you feel the belly and the chest rise into the palms of your hands. You can feel the warmth of your body, and your body can feel the warmth of your hands. And as we approach the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year, the longest night of the year, let's take these moments to recognize the differences between light and dark. Not just in nature, but also in life. Recognizing when darkness can come into our thoughts, into our feelings and emotions, but also when light and bright can lift our energy, lift our spirits. And it's exactly what will happen by the end of this week as we start to see longer days approaching. And winter is a time to slow down. So today, only your intention being that you value your time on your mat. This is the time when you can slow. And you can find stillness in our postures and meditation and breath work today. And if you are lying down at this point, just take a few moments to release the hands from the body and come up to seated. And if you are in seated, you can slowly release the hands away from the body. And let's do a little bit of work on meridian tracing. So taking the thumbs down towards the little soft part behind the ankle, right behind the ankle bone, just in the place before the Achilles tendon. So you can start to massage all the way up the inner leg, inner calf. And they might be just slight pressure points. And you start to bring yourself up into the inner knee. And then along the inner thigh. All the way up into the groin, and then the hands sweep behind you and they come to the base of your back. This is where you'll start to feel into the lower back. And then just take a moment around the kidneys area, so you can take a moment to feel and massage into that area of the lower and the middle back, the sides of the waist. And it's going to get a little bit tricky to trace the meridian line further up the spine, so you can skip a little bit of the spine and then you can come back up into the shoulder blades. Coming up into the base of the neck and coming around the front into a little soft part above the collarbones, into the neck, just underneath the jaw, up into the face, sliding up by the side of the cheeks, the nose, and bringing the fingers nice and gently all the way to the corner of your eyes. So you might just rest one or two fingers there. Just take a moment to feel that energy line that you've just traced from your ankle, inner calf, inner thigh, around the back, up through the spines, passing the kidneys, and then a tiny little bit of pressure at the inner eye there. Nice and slowly release the hands and let's come into prone. So coming all the way down onto the belly. So just being aware of your meridian tracing, meridian line, you know, this free-flowing chi, this pathway of energy, freeing up any blockages along the way. So now, as you lie on your belly, just sway the hips gently from side to side, soften the entire body here from big toe up to the crown of the head. Again, through each of these postures in the practice today, always remember and remind yourself of that meridian line from the ankle up to the inner eye. So first posture is a back bend, and you can take this nice and gently. You've got the option of Sphinx, or you might like the option of Seal. So if you are coming into Sphinx, forearms are out in front of you, chest is lifted. If you're in Seal, the arms are a little bit wider, palms are grounded, and the arms might be bent or straight. Dropping the pelvis and finding the release here into the legs. Slow and steady breaths. Long, deep, slow exhales. Releasing tightness, releasing tension, gripping and clenching. Long, slow, deep inhales. Sending chi, prana, energy all around the body. Nice and slowly widen the elbows as you roll down through the rib cage, bringing the head to the back of the hands, big toes touch. Heels fall out to the sides as you soften, relax, and let go. Taking a few breaths as you just recover from a back bend, back extension. So you may have felt that initially targeting into the lower back area, around the area of the kidneys. Nice and slowly start to bring yourself back into tabletop. And just sway the hips from side to side or a few circles and introduce a few rounds of cat and cow before we come into our second pose. So being aware of where the kidney organs are within the body. Focusing the attention into this meridian line that tracks from the ankle all the way up to the eye. And those kidneys at the lower back. And releasing back into child's pose. You can use bolsters and blocks as you need to here. You can widen the knees. Exhale. You might bring the hands underneath the head or they stretch out in front of you. So taking the focus to the lower back. Breathing out, relaxing into those areas of the kidneys. Long, slow, deep breaths in and out. Deep breath in. Prepare yourself to move. Deep breath out. Starting to walk the hands back towards the body, taking time here. Drop the chin towards the chest as you slowly roll up through the spine. Take time to bring the head up. There is no rush. Avoid your dizziness. Bring yourself up into a kneel. And then swing the legs around in front of you. This is where we get into the meridian line through the legs. So the first posture is our half butterfly. So just bringing the left foot either on the inside of your thigh or on your calf. Sitting nice and tall and start to release the body forward. So exhaling, really feeling that you're folding from the hips rather than from the waist. And think about both shoulders dropping equally forward. One isn't lifted than the other. You don't have to hold on to a strap here. I'd rather that you actually allowed the hands to release down to the shin or to the leg, shin or to the mat. Just allow the head to release. And it doesn't matter how far you come forward. It's more about that knee opening of the left knee. So really allowing the breath to release. Gravity takes you forward into the fold. You can always support that left knee with a block or a bolster or blanket. This is not a hatha posture, it is a yin posture, so no muscles are contracting or engaging. You are simply softening into the joints of the body. Slowly breathing in, breathing out, preparing to move. As you bring yourself up, again, unraveling the spine as you come up to seated. Last thing to come up is the crown of the head. We cross over that left thigh over the right thigh. This is your half shoelace. So it will simply look like this. Now, you can, of course, keep that foot there, or it might be a little bit forward. If it's not quite crossing over, make it so that it's comfortable. That's it. You can sit on a block here if you're feeling that it's not comfortable to sit upright. So try and squeeze those inner thighs together just a little bit and bring that left knee over the right. And then exhale, fold over once more. So exhaling, relaxing into this fold, bringing the forehead maybe a little bit closer towards the knee of that left leg.
And we're not fighting to hold the posture. We want to be comfortable here, so making modifications as you need. If anything comes up for you, strong sensations, notice if you can sit with them for the next couple of minutes. Breathing into the back body, breathing into the lower back and the waist, breathing into those organs. Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, preparing to move, preparing to unroll. Start to pull the hands back as you unroll from the belly, from the chest, from the upper back, from the neck, bringing the head back. Lifting that left leg over and crossing it back behind you. So it's going to be a half hero. Again, if that's not possible, sitting on a block, we'll lift up the buttocks and lifting up the calf, rolling the calf outwards helps if the calf is a little bit tight underneath the thigh. And you can keep the legs apart here. They do not have to be together. The knees don't have to be straight in together, so they can be a little bit wider. And you might then take the fold between the legs. So again, you find your modification that works for you. If there's pressure on that left knee, take a modification. Again, exhale. Release down over that leg. And notice here if you've lifted up the left shoulder to compensate. Try and equal out the shoulders. The left shoulder is coming down as much as the right. Both sit bones are grounded. There's a few challenging points in this posture. So you have to make it comfortable for you. And just notice where you feel these sensations. You might feel them in the extended leg. You might feel them into the spine, in the fold. You may feel it in the inner groin. Or you may feel it into the knee. But if you feel pain, that's a clear indicator to move or come out. If you feel that you're working towards your edge, I'm hoping that's the desired effect that you want to feel. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. On that breath out, you tend to soften a little bit more, and then you can start to release out of the fold. Bringing yourself back up to seated. Nice and carefully release that leg forward. Take a moment just to sit upright. You can bend those knees if you struggle to sit upright straight. Bend the knees, place the soles of the feet down. But just feel what went on in the right leg there, also the left, because we have it on the other side. So all three of those postures. Let's go once more. So right foot this time comes in for thigh or calf for your half butterfly. Let's turn around. And if the foot isn't comfortable into the thigh, just place it underneath the thigh. Bend that front knee. The leg does not have to be straight. You can sit on a block here for this butterfly. Lifting up, fold from the hips, relax over the left leg. Try and soften the shoulders. Let the head release down, chin to chest. Yeah, it doesn't matter about the depth of the fold. Try to relax into that right hip, right knee. So reminding yourself of the three principles of Yin Yoga. 1, hold the pose. 2, find stillness. And 3, work towards your edge. Breathing in, breathing out, preparing to come out, starting to roll back through the spine. Second pose was your half shoelace, so lifting the knee and take the thigh over. Again, finding a variation that works for you. Hello, Wesley. Wesley's come to say hi. Keeping those inner thighs close together if you can, lifting up, again folding from the hips, bringing the belly free and folding forward. Letting the head release down towards the knee. You might start to already feel sensations in the outer hip here. So that, yeah, this is an internal hip rotation. It's not external like the half butterfly. So you might start to feel this around the outer hip area. You might feel it in the inner groin. You might feel it in that extended leg. So really a half shoelace is pretty much a half cow face legs or half Gomukhasana. So you only take this as far as it is comfortable to sit. Relaxing into the head, into the shoulders, breathing into the back of those organs. And breathing in. Let that breath out be your release. Starting to roll up slowly. Last thing is always the crown of the head to come up and the chin lifts. Take time to take that right leg back behind you. So again, find a variation that really does work for you. Whether it is that the legs are a little bit further apart. Again, that front leg can be bent. Doesn't have to be straight out, and you can sit on a block. Lifting up, rolling that calf out of the way. Grounding through both sit bones or sitting on something, lifting up and then folding from the hips. Exhaling over. Good. Exhale, release as much as you can into this last posture, last side. So a little trio there to really target the inner groin, outer hip, hip flexors, the hip opener, the inner thigh, the adductors. In each posture, noticing where you feel those sensations. breathing in. Deep breath out, let go just a little bit more on that breath. And start to roll up. Use the hands, walk their way back, sit upright, move over onto the left buttock as you lift that right leg and extend it out in front of you. Bend the knees if you need to. If you struggle to sit upright with the shoulders above the hips, you can always bend the knees. Notice the sensations of the legs, the knees, the hips when you come out of those poses, and let's lift the knees up. Windscreen wiper them out to the sides. So just dropping knees out one way and out to the other. So coming into your dragonfly pose, which is a wide leg seated fold. So you can use blocks to support the head. You can use a bolster. You can sit on a block. You can sit on a blanket. Come forward as much as is comfortable. Again, this targets from the ankle all the way up, meridian line into the inner groin, wraps around, meets the kidneys all the way up the spine, and then into that corner of the eye. So making sure that you find a nice place to stay, and you can hold the posture for a few minutes. Each breath out, relax and release just a little bit more. Reminding yourself of tracing the meridian line. And also into this forward fold, breathing into the kidneys, into those organs at the lower back and the waist. Taking a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Preparing to come up. Start to use the hands. Belly draws back towards the spine. Rolling up. Nice and carefully come back up into seated. Stay for a moment. Feel the spine nice and long. And then lifting the knees. Bring the knees in. And gently windscreen wiper those out. Right and left, right and left. Good work. So let's come onto our backs for a moment just to break those forward folds. So start to roll down through the spine, bringing the knees in towards the chest. And feel the spine nice and long, connected, and you'll feel the weight of the body around the waist, around the lower back. Feel the weight of your organs dropping into the mat. Roll and massage out. Move the knees, move the hips, whatever feels good here, just to recover from all of those seated postures. Place the soles of the feet down. Then let's come into a few little pelvic tilts. So really what we want to do is just move the pelvis up so that we start to peel the kidney area away from the mat. And then allow the kidney area to roll back down. So you're not lifting up too high, just feeling the waists and the lower back lifting off. And you'll notice here that parts of the legs and the buttocks and the spine muscles have to engage and contract to allow you to do this. But see if you can soften those just a little bit to not contract as much. So see what is the least possible amount of work that you could do to fulfill these pelvic tilts. Trying not even to engage the glutes or engage the back or engage the hamstrings. All of them will have to fire up at some point. And just a few more. And rest. So now relax everything. Take the arms out to the side of you, palms face up. And just lift the hips, shift them over to the left. So the hips are a little bit skew of the spine. Then you drop the knees over to the right. So double knee spinal twist, chest is open up to the sky. You can turn the head to the left palm. So whilst you're lying here on your back, trace that meridian line from the inner ankle, inner calf, inner knee, inner thigh, into the groin, wraps around the back, into the lower back, passing the kidneys, into the middle back, into the upper back, into the back of the neck, wraps around the front, around the collarbone, up the front of the face, and into the corner of the eye. Gently lift the head back into center. Gently lift the knees. Bring the spine back into the center. Take the knees together, feet go wide, hands come to the belly. Feel the weight of the hands on the belly. The belly is heavy, the spine is heavy, all the weight bearing into the earth. Heel toe the feet into parallel, hip width, arms out to the side. Lift the hips, take them over to the right, skew if the spine just a little bit, and then knees drop over to the left. If that left underneath knee doesn't quite meet the mat, fill the space. Use a block, use a bolster. And then you can lift and turn the gaze towards your right palm. Trying to soften through this posture as much as you can. And then tracing that meridian line on the opposite side, the opposite leg. So left leg this time, left ankle, left inner calf, left knee, left inner thigh, left side of the groin and hip, wraps around underneath, around the back. Lower back, passing the kidneys, middle back, upper back, up into the shoulders, into the base of the neck, wraps around the front of the collarbone, into the throat, up the face, and into the corner of the left eye. Breathing in, lifting the head back into center. Breathe out, rest the skull. Breathe in, lift the knees gently. Realign the spine. Knees come together in the center, feet go wide. Hands come to the belly. Feel the weight of the hands dropping belly to spine, organs to spine, spine to mat. Heel toe, feet into parallel. Draw the knees in. Roll and massage out once more. You might like to move the hips, move the knees a little bit wider. And let's come into our reclined butterfly. So soles of the feet come together. If you need to, you can support the thighs with blocks. And again, bringing the hands onto the belly, relax the elbows by the side of you. So the hands are an extra little bit of weight. If you have a sandbag is quite a good prop. I'm going to be buying one of those myself soon. So you can allow the sandbag or an eye pillow to add that extra weight as well, or a blanket. So it just brings the awareness into all of the organs, the intestines, stomach, bladder, liver, kidneys. And you can just soften here. And trace that kidney meridian line for yourself mentally. Visualize this chi, this prana flowing freely around the body with each breath you take. Taking a deep breath in, fill the belly. Deep breath out, relax the belly. Hands come to the thighs. Lift the legs together. Take the feet wide, knees drop in towards one another. Relax those inner thighs, inner groin, hip flexors. Heel toe the feet into parallel, and if you've got a block or a bolster handy, this is just a last minute posture to bring awareness into those kidney areas once more. So placing your block or your bolster underneath your lower back, just by the sacrum. Make sure that you're nice and level on the block, so it's not going to fall over. And hands come down by the side of you or back into cactus, bend at the elbow. And you can lift up one leg at a time, up into a supported shoulder stand. Both legs raise, or you can stay in supported bridge if that's too much. Then the knees, if the legs don't want to straighten, take a gaze up towards your toes. And you can either internally visualize this meridian line, or you can trace it with the eyes, starting at the ankle, down the inner calves, inner knees, inner thighs, inner groin, wraps around the hips to the back. Feel that meridian line meeting at the lower back, around the area of the kidneys, middle back, upper back, shoulders, up to the base of the neck, wraps around the front, up the throat, into the face, and into the corner of the eye. Slowly lower the legs, place the soles of the feet down, press into the feet, lift the hips nice and slowly, take the proper way, and roll down with care. Prepare for your final posture in Shavasana. So if you like, you might like to place a bolster underneath the knees. You might like to have a blanket underneath the head. Make sure that you're warm. If you've got eye pillows, you can certainly use those. Nice little bit of weight over the eyes is nice here, considering that we've followed that meridian line all the way up to the eyes. And take your Shavasana now. Gratitude is an antidote to stress. When you're feeling overwhelmed, it's easy to allow fear to take over. Stressful thoughts can lead to anxiety and at times keep us from moving forward. By simply stopping for a moment to interrupt these thought patterns with gratitude, you can alleviate the stress. Sometimes all we need to do is to stop and to redirect our thoughts. The more you can find moments of gratitude, the easier it is for your mind to release fearful, anxious, and stressful thoughts. And the kidney meridian, when that particular meridian is unbalanced, it is actually believed to cause some back pain, some insecurities, and fear. So I'm hoping that after all of the wonderful work that we have completed today with our Winter Solstice Kidney Meridian Yin practice, it is now opened and the chi is flowing more freely. Beginning to take a deeper breath as you bring your awareness back into your surroundings, onto your mat, and back into your body by bringing soft and gentle movement to the hands to the feet. Take time, never rush. Slow this all down as you prepare to come out of your Shavasana. choosing to stretch or draw the knees in and rolling over to one side. Bring yourself back up into a comfortable seat. Bring the hands into Anjali Mudra at heart center. The thumbs just connect in towards the sternum. And just feel nice and tall and light here. Feel the lightness of your practice really shining through now. Feel that the prana, the chi, is free flowing through the body all the way from the feet to the head. And your intention of slowing down, taking time for yourself was the most important thing that you could do for yourself today. And always thank your body and your breath, and I thank you. Namaste.